So what's ridiculous is Guardian is a very quiet player who was in a team at certain times where almost everyone in the team's a rage. I think maybe Edward's the only one who isn't, because like I always say about Edward, he's just that guy who was in Nam who just had to flamethrower a load of kids in a village. He doesn't give a fuck. He's got 1,000-yard stare off in a distance, hasn't he? But the rest of them are outrageous, mate. Just raging their tits. Like, by the way, that Seized definitely was terrible. I've seen Seized at a LAN one time. They were in a round, right? And he died. And he just goes like, sucker! And the rest of them, like, he's just raging at someone like, you're just talking. That guy's busy playing. I'd just be like, I'm fucking playing. Like, what are you doing?
I hope Shaq's not watching this. Like,
fuck, mate.
I gotta go into work with a cunt. Like, here's an interesting story actually. When we did the Street Fighter season, he kept asking like where you were, you know, like, and I was like, Shaq, he doesn't follow this game. He only follows Counter-Strike, and he was like, because yeah, I want to see him. He's a punk and all this, right? So I was like, legit though. This is Shaquille
Come on,
O'Neal.
Shaq. You need to work on TV, mate. You don't want to catch these hands. Strength ain't nothing compared to speed, boy. I dance around you like a motherfucker.
So anyway, we're on the.
And I'll fight dirty. I'll suck a nut punch anyone and
I thought you said I'll suck a nut. I was like, what?
No.
I'll suck a nut, bitch. I'll do what I gotta do to win.
Yeah, what was the story about Dorsey? Who told that story where it was like Dorsey just came in just like he does, just like, yeah, I don't know where I am. And it was a pool party, and he had like, I don't know, his fucking shell suit on or whatever. And everyone started going, sex god. And he just took his fucking like clothes off and just got into the pool while everyone was like bowing and chanting.
I will tell you,
What kind of mad cult is that?
People think I'm exaggerating when I say this, but he is easily the most mysterious player who has ever gotten to his level in esports. I've never seen him speak English. And I remember once asking a guy who was a top pro in CSGO, I said, have you ever actually talked to Dorsey? Because you've played him in finals, you've been at events, you've been after. And he said, no, I haven't. And in fact, I've never heard of anyone hear him speak English. And the only time I ever heard him speak English was he was once at a bar. And he just goes, right, yeah. Apparently, I found it out over the weekend. I found out that apparently he spoke English on a second occasion. Another occasion is, at some point, I won't say who it was, but a woman in esport, he just goes, are you stripper? Absolutely unacceptable.
There's going to be some kid who can't pay for his fucking medical bills, and people are going to be, hey, we're doing a charity stream to save this kid's life. And the mod's going to have to go, well, we didn't allow the Buy the Numbers fundraiser, so you die now. Goodbye. And they may as well go to the hospital and pay a fucking like support machine.
I like the way you've gone full, like, people who are against, like, Obamacare getting taken away. Like, you're killing my kids! You kill people!
Hey, I'll go SJW and it fucking suits me, son. You know what I mean? Oh, these people are so mentally ill. It's terrifying. Those are your moderators on it. It's a CSGO subreddit, and you're operating like the secret police in East Germany. What the fuck are you doing?
I mean, I totally appreciate. Listen, I totally appreciate. That sounds horrible, but unfortunately, the way you described it, it was funny. Like, and they're just like,
yeah, it sounded awful, but you know, after you,
it was funny, like.
Yeah, so I'm a pet is their coach, and my understanding is that
brilliant
actually
fucking name, by the way. If he's not a submissive in BDSM, I don't know what the fuck messages he's sending out to the world.
He must have a fursona. I'd bet on that. There's someone's going to find a really embarrassing forum post by him.
It's something like a liger. It's something like, even as an animal, my kin is very rare. Anyway, back to that guy.
What the fuck is wrong with let's talk about Mykonos. You went out there and fucking your tweets were straight fire, of course, about that. I particularly like the one where you were in the helicopter tweeting yourself saying fuck your life to all your fans. That was good. Do you like that one?
Here's the thing, I'm not even lying. The whole time I was in that helicopter, I was just going, don't die in a helicopter with the lupus and red eye. Don't die in a helicopter with lupus and red eye. No one wants to go out that way. Come on.
But like, you did have that ridiculous line. What was it you said about the fucking cat?
Yeah, like people don't get the context of that, right? Because what happened was that if you heard the break music for the tournament, it was some weird like shit that they'd made up for themselves. And it was one of the worst, like annoying electronic songs you've ever heard, right? And it would just be the same song looped over and over for every break. To the extent that any time it was a break and we were watching the games, we would instantly mute because it was so bad. So as a result, right, just to be an idiot, that would be the punchline of every joke, it would always end with like, did, whatever the song was, right? So what's bizarre is, because I was doing that to annoy Lurpus when we were coming into the broadcast, somehow me doing that started attracting this cat. It thought I was like singing to it or something. And this cat wanders up and I notice it. I think, well, I'm not going to let a cat just rattle me. So I keep singing the song. When I'm singing it, right, I think, fuck, it's working. So I put my hand out, tickling like this, and it comes right up to me. And it's like being all like coy and like rubbing against me. So what I think is, because we're literally going live on the broadcast in 10 seconds, I think, right, I do what you do, where on the spur of the moment you think, how can I use this, right? And what I was going to do was, I'm going to put him on my lap, and I'd say to Red Eye, like, cue me in. And I'm going to do, the old classic, like, you expect
Dr. Evil.
Yeah. No, that sort of shit, And the problem is, Red Eye sees me pick the cat up, so he's thinking in his brain, I'll cue him up and that. And he says something along the lines of, we're here, we're back in there, we've had the games, and we've got a cat. And then when he looks over, right, the cat had jumped off my lap. Because when it started to want to move after it first got up, because I won't sing the song anymore, I hadn't got that siren's call anymore, had it? So he's realised I'm not singing anymore. There's no more songs. Here's the problem, right? I try to hold it. Like, I don't like cats. But when this cat tries to jump, I just feel that the little claw come out, and I go, fuck this, and I let it go. When Red Eye looks over and goes, cat, and he goes, where is it? So I did just do the old line. I go, thing about pussy is, when you've got it, you've got to appreciate it. And when it's time to let it go, you got to let it go.
Yeah, because they literally said, like, do a dab and we'll take a picture of it. And I was like, I'd rather you didn't, but just do it anyway to get the crowd hyped or whatever. So I just did this slow,
anything
sad.
for the crowd.
Yeah, anything for the fans. That's what I'm all
dab
about.
was like fucking Eddard Stark kneeling at the end of like Game of Thrones season 1, like as the reins of
Bend the elbow or else.
Simple.
Mate, there's even a thread here. Thread to find your local CS:GO nerds, right? How would that be relevant? We're not local. We all live around the world. Also, this is just going to lead to some nerd getting fucked. Think about it. It's going to get dark, isn't it? Someone's going to be like, do you play free for all? Yeah, I do. What weapon do you like? I like the auto sniper. Want to suck my cock? Yeah. Not getting any more. Not getting any better offers, am I? So,
Timestamp.
Yeah. This is basically Tarek forgetting what team he's on. Like it's maybe there's something in that peanut brain stuff, Duncan.
come on. It's nothing to do with intelligence, right? Do you see the delayed reaction? And the way all he did is go, shit, dude, that's fucking crazy. He's high. There's no one else who's going to call it. There's no one else who's going to say what we all know. He's just high, isn't he? I've been high before. I thought to myself, fucking hell, I hadn't even gone to that class in a while. Oh, wait, I'm not even at school. I'm shit. School ended years ago. What am I talking about? You just get lost in a thought, don't you? You go off. We've all been there. Let's not pretend like he actually legitimately in his life forgot where he was. All he forgot was, is he sober or not? And if you ever have to ask that question, you're not. Like, that's why I always, in a way, I hate interviews with Shocks and Apex. Because on some level, they're really intelligent in-game players. But then if you ever hear them talk about games, they just start using all these terms that like no analytical person would use. Like they were just feeling bad in the game and they didn't have the energy. And that's like, am I talking to some like 45-year-old woman who's trying to contact their dead husband or something in fucking Sedona, California using a crystal? Or are you actually playing the game? You're the in-game leader, you cunt. What tactics were going wrong? As the energy was not much. What fucking, how many kilowatts of energy do you need, you daft little cunt? What measurement of energy? That's a scientific term. Stop fucking using it. Stop using scientific terms to just talk about your feelings, you fucking outrageous French bastard. I reeled it in, so it's all right. It's all right. I reeled it in at the end there. On my channel, I'll get all the people who like that real shit, that fucking boom bap hip hop, real rap. I'll get all those, because that's how I think of my channel. I'll get all those.
Boom bap hip hop.
Exactly. All that straight fire lyricism, but hard street edge that you've come to know and love and need in many ways. And then on the other channel, I'll be straight up in the club, won't I? Popping bottles, party tunes, some of your bitch. The comedian in the opening of that movie version of Watchmen, shit movie by the way, but the opening obviously he was doing all that stuff in the background of history, you know. So
he killed JFK.
I'd love to do that. That's what I'd do. If I had a time machine, I'd go back and I'd shoot first.
What's wrong with you?
Because then it'd fuck with everyone's head. Because then even like the Russians or whoever would be like, "What the fuck? No, well, that was our plan."
Why? What are you even saying? Why have you turned into Carl Pilkington, mate?
What good theory? Yeah, I mean, especially in this series, because the most alarming thing is remember that they switched the in-game leader to Dossier.
That's got to be a joke, though. They can't really.
That's what they claim.
I know, I've seen it, mate. They're just saying it, though. It's like the money. It's like the money men have got to them, and they tapped them on the shoulder and said, "You know what? It'd be great for marketing if we tell everyone the man known as X God is the in-game leader." And then you just look over at Dozier, and he's just doing that thing where.
No, well, here's the thing.
Like, he couldn't even be a ringer in that fucking tournament without getting caught for it. He's hardly a fucking mastermind, is he? I will just log in. No, they'll trace your IP, Dozier. No problem. They'll never know it's me. Top frags, like for fucking Kazakhstan, for like 50 kills. Like, Dozier, you're playing too well. Right? This is ridiculous. How's he the in-game leader?
Why is he just licking his lips every time, man?
That's what he does. And also he accused Sadikist of doing something that he shouldn't.
I've always wondered, you know, about the guys where every insult is that you're gay. It's like,
I know, yeah.
Well. You know what? You suck so much dick. You get massive, delicious dicks, and you put them in that tasty hole. And you know what? You're gay. It's like, I've always wondered about guys like that. It's like, why is that all that your mind can go to?
And then it was like, well, MBK's the in-game leader now. And like, obviously Nathan could be an in-game leader. He's got the wherewithal to do it. You don't see him tasting the fucking kiss in the sky, do you? You know what I mean? So obviously he could. But
imagine a Skittles advert with Dossier. Just like, he wins the round, right? He goes with the clutch near, he turned on.
Taste the rainbow.
Right? So anyway, basically the guy's a fucking legend. He could be anything he wants, do anything he wants, and he's hanging in there, developing this fucking talent, which no fucker had ever heard of. You know, Amanek, sure, he was number one ranked S or whatever the fuck.
Obviously, Sam's like, hey, I thought I was the neck. Not bad.
You're killing me. Oh, fuck.
You got a great neck, and I'm in there in every team we're in. I'd stamp everything.
Oh, fuck, dude. This is hurting. Right, anyway. So, yeah, shout out to Sean Gez with Na'Vi. They even did a press release with a picture of Simple signing the contract, because obviously you would want that terrible mistake framed in time forever.
What you couldn't see was out of the shot the guy with the Kalashnikov pointed at his family. So they were a seed. Now they're a sprout. Well, how will we make a sprout grow further? Put compost on it. Get a bunch of shit around it. Put Dennis and Spitty in there. They are proven shit. They are necessary shit. Right, he must be the guy where he must just be fucking dynamite in that pitch room for the first 20 minutes. He must have like the fully authenticated version of Microsoft, you know, publisher or whatever, PowerPoint. He must literally have like graphics coming up, you know, Peacemaker Productions presents a new coach. You know?
Hang on. I might be able to give us some footage of a Peacemaker pitch. Hang on. This is the kind of thing that Peacemaker makes possible, right? This is how he gets his jobs. So, Sam, when you're ready.
Just that subtitle's done me already.
Right?
I'm so tan.
Right?
Right. 3, 2, 1, go.
This woman has come with a problem. One of her hands is shorter than the other.
How is that the problem, mate?
Look at that!
He's just
This
moving
is
around.
incredible. Her left hand is growing. This woman has come with
There you go. Absolute undeniable miracles there.
But Peacemaker Productions.
That's the point as well.